Hi guys, well welcome back to Allotment Diggers. I would have loved to have put a video up a little bit earlier this week. However, after the last video I got home and went to bed, and I didn't get out of bed for 3 days. I thought I'd just got over the flu. It was just the start of the flu that I had. Wow, every single bone in my body ached, every muscle. Now I should have had the flu jab, and I didn't, so it's my own fault, so no point crying about it. Although I did cough just a couple of days ago. I was laying in bed and I coughed and I felt something tear in my stomach. I'm sure it was an hernia, but I've been poking it and prodding it and it doesn't hurt, so it might have just been a muscle that I tore, so I'm not. But yeah, I've been coughing and spluttering. It's eased off. I'm fortunately, thank God. There's nothing worse than a cough, especially when you've got osteoarthritis in your spine. It's like someone's stabbing you in the back every 5 minutes and going, oh God. Anyway, as you can see, I'm alive. Yep, I'm alive and I'm well. And we're going to be getting stuck into the plot soon. I was going to show you a few things that we were going to do. However, there's a few things what stopped me from doing it. But before we do all that, I'm going to take you on a tour of the plot. I'm going to tell you about a few things what has happened on the plot. We've got lucky. We've managed to escape that that storm Brendan. When I say escape it, I escaped it. The winds were still 60-70 mile an hour gusts and what have you. But yeah, the allotments have got lucky. We got lucky this time. Not too much damage down here, but there's a lot of damage everywhere else, as I will be saying on the walk around. So let's take you on a walk around and then we'll come straight back. Hi guys, well, we'll go on a quick tour of the plot. I've come on this morning just to have a walk around because we've had a lot of strong wind this week. That storm Brendan hammered it down here. I mean, 40, 50, 60 mile an hour gusts of winds. I mean, Sean, Kitchen Gardens didn't get away with it. It's quite sad really to see the damage was done on his plot. But looking around my plot at the moment, I can see everything's fine now. Over the years, I've had a bit of damage on my plot. The greenhouse was damaged. We used to get really vicious the winds, so what I did was put rivets into the tops of the panels and bottoms and tied everything in together so it cannot tear apart, and it's fixed to the ground. Everything's secure, as you can see, but in the old days I used to come on and find things scattered everywhere, but I learnt my lesson and I tied everything down. But you can't stop 60-70 mile an hour gusts of wind. They will cause damage in places. But I've come down, I've been put, I thought I'd got over this, the flu, and it turns out it was at the start of the flu when I was doing my last video. So I've not been down on the plot. I have been down twice, but I'll show you the reason why I've been down twice in a moment when we get down to the bottom. But I've done nothing on the plot this week, absolutely nothing. As you can see, all the flowers are coming up at a pace now, and I've got a load of flowers in my shed that I've still got to get out and plant. Yeah, as you can see, every square inch here is just full of flowers. There's more. As you go down here, you can see even more coming. But when you look, you can see them now. They're just everywhere. Oh, there's a gap there. Might be able to stick some daffodils in that gap. Not much of a gap, but we might be able to get a few more in there. But yeah, this is what's happened. I mean, everything's grown 3 times since you've last seen it. More flowers there, as you can see. There was only one flower last time. Still haven't got no wood chip. As you can see, every square inch here, there's flowers coming up. I'm sure that's a foxglove there. I've left it in anyway, so if it flowers, it flowers. If it doesn't, we'll whip them out. But as you can see, all the way along here, all the daffodils in this bed, and you've got them in the planters as well. And the lupins, they've managed to survive, so I'm going to leave them in. If they get past me, if they're actually growing through the rosemary here, But if they get past me, what I do is I'll give them another year at it until when I come to pull them back, and we'll get them again. But this year we're going to leave them. But all these ones there are all the daffodils, all coming up along here, and it should look really lovely. I can see all the planters are starting to come to life here, and all the ones on here, all these planters here, the ones where we tidied all the buckets, they're all coming to life as well, and along here. Here all the planters are coming to life. Bloody lupins there as well, lupins mad. And as you can see, we've got some crocuses flowering. Well, they're closed up today because, well, it's overcast. More lupins there. So yeah, what we come down to do, what we come down early in the week was to bring some sand. Them 3 bags of sand, and there's a reason why I bought them. I'm going to show you in a moment. We've got, like I say, some turnips here. They're about yay size at the moment, and they're doing well. I mean, they're there. We'll have a closer look at them again. Like I say, I'm too buggered to, pardon the French, to bend down really. I've just nearly took my breath away bending down there, and I'm sure I'm going to bend down here in a moment. But anyway, I'm just looking here, and I can see all my elephant garlic coming up now. Every one of them, all in the lines. They're just poking out. They're about some of them are about 1 inch, and some are just breaking through now. So it looks like, again, I think I'm going to get 100% germination here. Now then, there's a story about them paving stones. I'll tell you that in a bit. What we're going to do with the sand, I'm going to put sand down this path. Obviously I'm going to clear all the muck off, put sand over the top of these paving stones, and I'm going to use these paving stones. If you look in here, you'll notice my girls have gone. Now they've not gone far, and where they are, they're over there. I will take you over. I'll show you in a minute when I get back into the greenhouse. I'll show you a little clip. And what I've done, I've given them to the food bank for eggs, for them to produce eggs. Now the food bank, they have about 4 or 5 chickens, so I've added the rest of my chickens, what I had, and they're in, they're separated at the moment, and that's where they're going to live. So I'm like, what, 30 feet away, well, about 50 feet away from him, and I've been told I can come over there anytime I want and, you know, give him a hug. But what we've got to do, the reason why I've given them away is because I need to do some repairs inside here. Now it looks fine, but the chickens are in there and I can't work around them. And I've got a lot of things to do in there, which I'll be showing you, hopefully, over the coming months. But yeah, I've not wrung the necks or anything like that. I wouldn't do that. And I've just made sure they've gone to a good home over there. So we'll show you them again in a minute. Now we come down here, come and show you this rhubarb. I did say it'd be ready for eating by the end of February. Now we're in the middle of January, and that's at about 10 inches high, and as you can see it's doing really well along here. More paving stones there. And now the reason why I'm saying these paving stones, I'm going to tell you something in a minute which really vexes me. So there's 3B2s there. There must be 10 of them, and then there must be another 20 2B2s there. Anyway, so let's come round here. I did come on and found this cover blown off the dahlias. I put the cover back over them, and that was the only thing what I could see where the wind had actually affected my plot. These beds are all empty. There's a couple of weeds in these beds. I think I can count them on my hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's about 7 weeds in that bed, and they're that tiny I could pick them out right now, and they've been on there. But yeah, I will be flipping these over shortly. I was given a load of compost. Now this compost is over 30-year-old. It was in my old mate Larry's composting bin bay, and my mate George, who's got the plot, he's got that much of it, he just wanted to get rid of it. He says, do you know anyone who wants some? Well, I've got 3 buckets there, and I've got another pile up there where the cover's blown off, so I'll show you that in a bit. Coming down here to the garlic. Now you can see it's trebled in size since you've last seen it, and every single one has come up now. It's 100% germination rate. Okay, so that's the garlic. This is porcelain white and solent white. You've got the elephant garlic over there, that looks like 100% germination as well. Down here, we've got paving stones. These ones here are going to be for that path. Now let me show you. Just round the back here, we must have 50 more paving stones, as you can see, all here. I've come on to do the job last week, to do the path. I needed 10. When I got to here, I found someone had swiped 3 of them. So, I had to do a lot of faffing about, and luckily I've got them 4 over there. So someone's been on the plot and pinched. Of all the paving stones that they could have nicked, they took 3 from there, and they could have pinched them from here and saved me a right load of messing about. So I'm a bit vexed about that. But you know, and all they do is have to ask me, and I'm not going to say no, you know what I mean? But yeah, they took 3 from there. What a pain in the backside that was. So as you see, the garlic's doing well. We will be doing the path shortly. I'd love to show you me doing it now, but I'm too poorly still to be faffing about with that. And like I said, we've got this is a job I need to take care of as well. So that's a job I'm going to be doing. I'll show you me doing all that. But yeah, the back part of the plot's escaped the wind, which is good. I'm just looking underneath the trees here. Now you can see these snowdrops are more prominent, and they've got little white tips on them, so it won't be long before they start to come up. Well, come up they have. I mean, just look at them there now. You can see the 2-3 inches high. The bigger ones there are daffodils, which go right down the centre of the plot, and then you've got the snowdrops in amongst them. And them little black things, what you see there, they're called a bird's nest. Like a not like in call them toadstools, but the bird's nest ones then, and there's a few of them in there. I've left them. They do no harm. They just feed off the bark. And as you can see, all the tulip, all the snowdrops are breaking through the soil. And give it another 5 years, and this will be a carpet underneath these trees of snowdrops. And it looks pretty awesome now, but it'll look even better in a few years' time. Again, coming along here. This rhubarb's doing well. As soon as you, like I say, you throw horse manure onto it, and up it comes, and it looks really good. The only trouble is the frost hits it. We might be in trouble, but if I configure when the frost is going to be down here, what we'll do, I've got some 30 litre buckets over there, and I can just put it over the top of them just to protect them at the night time. So there's the plan. As you can see, all the daffodils, in fact there's a few of them, you can see heads on some of them, just starting up now. All the ones in the planters are at least 6 inches high. All these ones along here are coming up really well now, and you can see they're more defined now, where you couldn't see them in the last video. And yeah, the rhubarb looks pretty good. This bed, I've got to get in here with my prunes. I'm going to really hammer this back, but you can see I've got tulips and daffodils coming up all the way around here. I did notice that piece of grass there, that cheeky buggers managed to get into my bed. And as you can see, all along here as well, you've got them coming up. This bed is basically, that's sorted for the winter. Everything's covered over. This bed here always seems to flower before that one over there. Now inside there you got loads of tulips, daffodils, crocuses. I think there's about 8 or 9 different varieties of flowers in that bed. Well, actually there's about 30 different varieties, but the spring varieties, I think it's about, there might be more, there might be about 11 or 12 varieties which you're going to see shortly. Now this is all the compost that my mate gave me from his composting bin, and I'll put them into these pots. So I'm not, like I say, I'm going to be spreading it into the beds, and what we're thinking of doing was putting some more into that bed and maybe some into this bed here. But that's, I mean, I've got plenty of time to do all that, and obviously I can use some down on the back of the plot as well. The jobs that I do need to do is do that arch. You see the rosette goes right through the trees. I still haven't cut that back. I was going to attempt to tackle it, but yeah, after I did that last video, I went to bed and I couldn't move for 3 days. Absolutely, every muscle in my body hurt. In fact, I've coughed that much. I think I've given myself a start of an hernia. But hey ho, I'm not complaining, I'm still alive, and I've come down this morning and filled the feeders up, and I've replaced that one there because the squirrels, like I say, have chewed it. So I'll show you that in a minute, what they did to it. But anyway, I'll leave you with that prospect, and let's get in the shed and tell you about the chickens and everything else what we've got to do. So yeah, plot's looking fantastic. Unfortunately, I've had to I've given my girls to have gone over on the, just about, it's only, I can see the chickens from here. In fact, I can actually see my chickens from here. They're only 50 feet away. And what it is, the food bank was going to buy some chickens, you know, for eggs, basically to give the people who come into the food bank. And I thought I need to do some repairs on my pen, and they really need doing, and I can't work around the chickens, unfortunately. So what I did was, I heard her talking about it. I said, well, would you like these ones? And she jumped at the chance. So they're separated at the moment, and they're in a pen. So let me take you up there now and just show you how she's got it set up. She will be releasing them into her flock, and believe it or not, the chickens, the chickens which are in her flock, and the same, come from the same place at the same time as my chickens. Because when I went up, I actually bought my mate who's now moved off, living in Carlisle. I actually got him chickens, and I got myself chickens from the same flock. So they're basically the same flock. They just been separated for about 3 years. Anyway, let me show you where they are and show you that they're well. I just think I'll bring it up to show you where the girls are, and that's where they are in this separated from these ones there, although there's a bit of pecking order going on there, I think. Bit of squabbling. But yeah, these are the Oven Over Browns. They all come from the same farm actually, and once that net gets dropped down, they'll all be left to fend for themselves. But yeah, I thought I'd just show you where my girls are at the moment. So they're all happy, which is a good thing. So as you can see, they're going to be living the life of Larry up there, and I can come up there anytime I want and see him. Now I need to repair the coop. The back where you lift it up's all rotted. It needs sorting out. I have got the roof for the pen. It's in the shed where all the buckets are in front of it. So I've got to move all the buckets to get to that. And then I'm going to, rather than use rivets this time, I'm going to use a bolt, top and bottom. One bolt in the top, one bolt in the bottom, so I can just undo them when I need to and just replace them. It's quicker than the 4 rivets. I've got four rivets sold each panel on in the chicken pen at the moment. So rather than have 4, I'm going to have 2. One in the top, in the middle, one in the bottom. It will work. I've looked at it, and all I've got to do is find a nice dry day. A little bit of help to put the last panel in, and I think we'll be good to go. However, I've got a volunteer already to do that, so that's what I need to do, and that's why the chickens are over there, and I can go over to see them anytime I want. It's not as if I've carted them off to some abattoir or some evil like that. And like I say, Yvonne said you're welcome to come and see them anytime you want, and yeah, they're quite happy over there. The other thing I needed to do was to do the path, and I'm a bit niffed about that because of all the paving stones that you're seeing there in the video. I've got hundreds of them. What did he do? Some bugger pinched 3 of the ones that I needed to do the path. Now I know what you're all saying, why don't you just take the old ones what ain't broke up, throw the sand down and relay them? Well, what I want to do is lift it up and so the water runs off rather than it collects at the top slightly. And when you're walking through it, you get, if you like me, I like wearing these flat trainers, and my feet get wet all the time. That's why I've always got the bloody cold. So I'm going to put the path so it goes on a bit of well, it will go on a slope when I finish it, and I've got all the sand in here to go. But yeah, some bugger pinched 3 of the 10 paving stones that I needed. So luckily for me, I managed to get 4 more, and that's what you see lay up against the chicken pen. The good news is all the flowers have like trebled in size since I was last on it. It's amazing, you don't come on for a week and you just see how everything grows so fast. And would you believe it, I'm really chuffed about my elephant garlic's all come up now, and it's just poking through everyone I can see, so it's like 100% germination there. And I've still got some elephant garlic in the shed, so I might squeeze a few more. I don't know if it'd be in that bed, but I might squeeze a few more in. The Solan White and Porcelain White, every one of them's come up 100% germination in there, so I'm really chuffed with that. And as you can see, luckily I got stuck into the plot and got everything ready, so everything outside is ready to go for the growing season. The greenhouses, however, that's another story. They need cleaning, J's fluid, very careful around the grapevines. I don't want to kill my grapevines again. In fact, a friend of mine's given me a grapevine. It's in the greenhouse, in his greenhouse up there, over on his plot. I haven't collected it yet, so I need to get that, and that's going to go. I think I'll put that in my brother's greenhouse. That one. It's a seedless grape. It's quite a nice grape actually. But yeah, I've got loads of onions, as you just seen. Well, actually, I've got some onions and I've got a load of flowers still in my little blue shed. In fact, I'll quickly show you the flowers which I need to plant very soon. So this is my shed at the moment. I mean, I just put them in there. They was in the front greenhouse, and the door was open, so I thought better not leave them in there because you know, they're not cheap. Them. These are halos for me tomatoes. These will be used in the middle greenhouse this time. We used them in the front greenhouse last year. We'll be using buckets in the front greenhouse this year. Anyway, what brought you in here to see is all these here. Double late tulips. I've got these as well. Star of Persia. And I do these going to. You're just starting to fire up now, so I need to get these in. And I've got some tulips here. Now you see they're like £3 a pat. I got lucky and I paid 10 pence a pat for these. The Wicks was getting rid of them all, and they had them for 50p when I got to till they were 10p. So anyway, I wasn't greedy, and not like I normally am. And I've got all these ones there, and I've got these things as well. These look absolutely glory of the snow. And yeah, I've got a few packs of them, and some large crocuses. I don't know what that one is. What's that one? Oh, that's a double. Oh, I've just threw that down there. Double early tulip. No, it's a different one. That one's a purple. That one's a blue. What else is that one there? A trumpet. Ronaldo. So yeah, we got to get them in. And I did have 2 bags of these, but I'll just give a bag to Debs, who was doing where you come in through the allotments, and I said, why don't you put them in, since she was doing the tight, you know, cleaning it all up. So why don't you stick them in, so when we come into the allotments we can see some flowers. So I might end up giving her them, the rest of them, because again, there was £3. I paid £1 a bag, I think I paid for them. This is something what we need to get in. Now I bought these, I think it was about 50p each for them, and they're absolutely fantastic. I mean, they're really firm, and you know, really, you know, these I'm going to put these in pots and so this is a job I've got to do. Some red ones there. I've actually ordered a load more, and they'll be coming shortly. But yeah, I couldn't resist them for £1. I think it was 50p. I think it was 50p. So hang on, how much I paid? £2. I paid. Did I pay for them £3 for the lot? So what is it? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this £3 worth there. 6 of them. That's 50p each. If I'm not mistaken. Mark's maths is not the cleverest. Anyway, I thought I'd show you them. So I need to get all them. There's more tulips there. There's more daffodils. Well, the daffodils I think I'll give to put in the front part of the allotments where they come through the door. I'll have to get one of my minions, one of my friends to put them in, because I definitely can't bend down at the moment. Too much agony. You will see me bending down to put the paving stones down, but they're only light, and I'm not as if it's going to take me. I'm not going to rush doing the job. I'll speed the camera up about 100 times, then you probably see me just crawling doing the job. But I'll get someone to put them daffodils into the front. The tulips and the rest of the crocuses and the morning glory will all be going into my beds here. Anyway, that's it. Like I say, I've talked long and hard and long enough. I hope you enjoyed the tour, and we'll continue this with the path and everything else in the next one. So I can hear Mikey's just turned up now with his muttler, so I'm going to disappear, and I'll see you real soon.
The chicken's gone, miss.
Yeah, I'll swing the camera. I should quickly show you his muttler.
No, down.
There's Mike and his muttler.
She's after chicken.
What's she called, mate?
Maple.
Maple.
Maple the water dog. She's got her own Instagram or something, I think.
Ain't she lovely? Aren't you lovely? Hey. She'd probably run off with one of me bloody canes knowing her.
Yeah.
There's Mike. Anyway, I'll see you all later, folks. From me, Mike and Maple. Thanks for watching, and goodbye for now.